Okay, guys, so here's an update on the Pine Branch water filter. It's been out here since about 7 o'clock last night. It's 12:30 right now. I had to punch a little hole in it because this morning the sides were all caved in, and as soon as I done that, it opened up and it actually started running water through it. I hope that showed up in there. I'm going to just take a drink out of the first run. I read the entire MIT article, and the way MIT tested this thing was they put a dye in deionized water, and the wood actually filtered out that. Let's see here. It actually isn't bad at all. Kind of has a little bit of a wood flavor, but it tastes better than some city waters that I've had. So I think the key to this is that breather hole up here. As far as the woods, I've got a lot of comments on different woods. The reason that MIT did pine was because it was a softwood and it's pretty much everywhere. Anyway, that's my interpretation of their article. The test was done by a high school student that was sponsored by MIT. Him and some engineer at MIT are the two that decided to try this, and it was for third world countries that have clean water issues where chlorine treatment plants and things like that are too expensive. Now, the one thing that I would recommend on this, I would not use the plastic bottle simply because of that, what the fuck is it, BHP or something? That female hormone that is released out of these plastic bottles. And wood. I would not use oak simply because of the tannins in it. And if I actually needed this in a survival situation, I would have at least 15 of them. I would, as many bottles as I had, I would be using. And if you're in a survival situation and you're trying this, you're probably not going to have the hose. And if that's the case, if you have one bottle like this that has a smaller mouth and a bottle that has a larger mouth, I would build a base around this and then carve down that wood so it fit tight in here. The trouble I have with that is if your seal is not correct, would you have water coming down the outside and dripping in, and then everything is for nothing. So that hose to me is basically weightless, and I gotta be honest with you, I would definitely take this hose with me over just a new piece, simply because of that thing is a bastard to try to get over the top of that. I had to use a heat gun, and I had to heat up the hose and get it to where it was flexible and then screw it on. The one thing that I would do different is that green ring at the bottom of the cap. I would take that off so I could try to get that hose all the way up to that lip. But other than that, You know, I expected a really strong pine pitch flavor to it, and I mean, it does have kind of a little bit of a wood, like if you chew on a toothpick, it kind of has that flavor to it, but I would run with it. And I think for Dusty's school project, when he takes this to school tomorrow, I think we're going to send colored water with him. That way he can show that it will take the color out of the water. And I think that's everything I wanted to touch on. I wouldn't use, I already said I wouldn't use oak wood. I would not use sumac, simply because one sumac is poisonous and the other one is not. But you would really have to know your trees. I was thinking about willow, because willow, the seep willow that we have here is pretty soft. The only thing is they use the root and the bark to make aspirin, and I mean that's a wild medicinal. So I don't know that I would want to run water through willow. You know, I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. If it's in the wood, then I might be creating something that I don't want to create. So anyhow, my advice would be know the trees, and I think every place has pine, and use, you know, if you know a tree, I would use a softwood over a hardwood, simply because of the structure of the fibers. But anyhow, there's the update on this, and well, let me zoom in on that bottom bottle. This morning when I started, that thing had maybe a 1/4 inch, and I changed it at about 11. Alright, my battery's flashing. Catch you later.